Okay, started. Okay, cool. So hello, my name is Iman, and here with me we have Jaden and LouMari, and we will be presenting about our Microsoft Office project. Our topic was not super fun, but interesting. Did countries with higher GDP handle COVID-19 better rather than countries with lower GDP, and correlation between the two points?
So this presentation is going to focus on how we used PowerPoint, Word, and Excel to conduct this project, starting with the research, which we then formatted using Word, and then visualized using Excel with tables and graphs, and are now using PowerPoint to present the information. So with the research, we first asked AI some general questions to get background information, and they gave us the most conclusive answer to our question, which was, did countries with higher GDP handle COVID-19 better than countries with lower GDP? And they said not necessarily. While having a higher GDP can provide a country with more resources to invest in healthcare and pandemic response, it doesn't guarantee effective management. Factors like leadership, healthcare infrastructure, and public compliance with guidelines also play crucial roles. Some lower GDP countries performed admirably in handling the situation through prompt and coordinated efforts. It's a complex dance of various factors. I found this to be true during my research with articles mentioning the same things, but you can also see that there's no correlation in our statistics, and some higher GDP countries actually handled COVID-19 worse in that they had more cases and fatalities. So when formatting this information in Word, what I found the most useful was using the table of contents, headings, tables, and citations. And you can see an example of our table of contents, which had AI information, the top 20 countries with recovered cases, the top 20 countries in cases and deaths, the populations by country, GDP information, trade policies, trends in handling COVID-19, travel bans, and all of the information in a table.
Then we also made an Excel table. Here we can see on the slide our main Excel table with all of our data points. So the main feature that we used in Excel were formulas. We used multiplication, like for example, to find out the percentage of population with COVID-19. We also used division for a proportion of population that died from COVID-19. And then we also used both multiplication and division to find how many people who had COVID died from it. And then also we used basic formatting, like we used the autofill column width feature, and then also highlighting titles to make the table easier to navigate and more cohesive, and just that it looks nice. Next slide. Then using the table where we had total of 10 data groups, we manipulated it and made 9 different bar graphs. So in the middle, we can see graphs made just from numbers from our research, like from the internet. And then on the far right, we can see bar graphs made out of data that we calculated ourselves using Excel.
And then moving on to the presentation, the features we used for the presentation were all provided by PowerPoint itself. So we made use of themes and we inserted icons, shapes, pictures. We inserted graphs and screenshots of our tables. We made use of transitions, and then we made use of the natural formatting. It came. So of course we had some issues and some positives. Some of the issues include that we all rarely use Word and PowerPoint, so navigating it was a bit tricky at times, a bit of a learning curve. But MS365 PowerPoint was much slower than Google Slides. And it is also sad that we could not use Copilot because it hasn't launched yet. But the positives were that there were a variety of pictures and icons available in PowerPoint, and Excel was easy to use thanks to the in-class exercises, and it is fairly similar to Sheets as well.
And also from my personal experience, I would like to add that I mostly work on Google Slides, and finding pictures and icons that are transparent for the slides is very, very hard. So it looks nice on the slides. So using PowerPoint, it was slow. Like even you can see the transitions are taking a very long time and glitching. But having these icons was super nice to not go into Google and search like aquarium transparent and search for an actual transparent picture every single time. And then next slide. And that's all. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great last week of class and have a great break. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's. And stop.